Hey there. Hopefully we're streaming. I've been trying all day. How about now? Can you hear me? How about now? Hey, all right. Okay. Let's hopefully get this working.
You take a corner going too fast or something. It's all right. I ain't the type to pinch your fit there, fellow daredevil. Let's hold on together this time, huh?
It's quite frustrating that in the days I can stream, I can't stream. Because internet issues. And if they don't have the internet issues, well, they're having maintenance. But shrug. Shrug, I say. Shrug.
Well, supplies last at this rate. How can we afford to order more? Oh, what do we do?
A hypocrite said, voila, like the unsuspecting passenger. That's a nice yellow.
How bright and brilliant, like a shower or sunshine, bringing us galore during these hard times. You hippo riders just know what these island needs. Watching our supplies dwindle had me a state of great unease, but with this blessing for plenty, I feel more optimistic. I hope fortune favors you with the same kindness that you've shown me.
I also hope this.
What's to become of the village's defenses? Oh, not to mention the temples. Oh, there's far too much to do.
Yeah, blue.
Ah, what a refreshing blue. Ah, blue for peaceful spirit. I cannot remember the last time I spared a moment for happiness like this. It's still so much to be done, but it is precisely in such trying times that one must find and maintain the inner peace. Thank you for reminding me of this.
All right. One more.
Look quiet from the jungle front. So far, anyway.
Boom, baby.
Such a beautiful, vibrant color, and that distinct, pleasant aroma. Oh, it may take a while to wash off, but it's simply part of the fun. Red gulal is known to nurture good health and ward away injury. I dare say I'll be able to finish my patrol without incident today.
And there we go. All right. The less time I spend in Razathan, the better, because unfortunately everyone has accents that I find mildly culturally insensitive. But that's the accents they have, I'm so sorry. Fine.
Stop shouting at me. Just tell me what you want and leave me be. No, I didn't mean. The boss always says to speak up, so
Pulse. Now take a deep breath.
Deep breath. Okay. Oh, that feels better. Whew. I think I can take it from here, mister. Thank you for your help, and tell Maru that I'll be back soon.
It's good. There you go, Maru.
So, that's what he was up to. Thanks for steering him through. His nerves can really get the better of him, but he's been downright stubborn about helping out with deliveries. We'll see him running errands closer to home, but I hope he won't be averse to helping him out again, should he need it. I know he'll mean the world to him. Welcome back. Judging by your smudgy hands, I'm assuming it all went well. Our gulal is made from Hanish recipe. It uses turmeric, ilva, and some other medicinal herbs. So it's actually pretty good for you. Or so says the alchemist who taught me how to make it. But the most important ingredient, according to the alchemist, is the prayer you got in your heart for the person you're throwing it at. I don't know much about the science of it, but they say gulal works. And if we were to be able to spread some cheer to even a few people, that's good enough for me.
And be it. Alright. Green Astamudgara. And some more green Astamudgara. Just gotta remember that I got this telephone anytime I need it. Come on. Alright. Alright, what else we got here? Well, that mission is finished. Alright, two more with one. Let's see here. Casadara.
You found the flowers?
I did. There you go.
Yeah, these are the ones. Oh, in great condition, too. Of all 8 colors of Astamudgara, they say Sadaruva likes this clear green the best. When you're praying for good business, it's the flowers or nothing. They've got to make sure we're pulling out all the stops after all.
Huzzah! Alright. So, Astrologian. And Lakeland time. Which believe will have to be one of these. The Hostile Imperative. All right. Have this mission with Ron finished. Just who I was hoping to see. Lally ho to you, Peter. Lally ho right back. Haha, finer lally ho if I've ever seen one. Since the last time we spoke, we've been busier than ever. Our first paying customers at Trovo and Kobleva have already started using Roland's tankards to ferry their goods about. So far, there have been no reports of any horrendous accidents or anything, which is a relief. We'll be aiming for the same high level of quality for the rest of the tanks, and thanks to our new friends, word's been getting around fast. Orders have been flying thick and fast. That's going better than I dare dream. Well, that's good to know. This calls for a celebration. Of course, it wouldn't be the same without all the others, so I'll go round them up. In the meantime, why don't you go over to Clearmouth and wait for Lafreya? Clearmouth, huh? All right. Hey there, Larithia. Oh, I see you're the opposite of what they call fashionably late. Since you're here, you can help me get everything ready. Sure thing, let's go. I'm surprised you resisted the temptation to start digging in before we even got here. I bet you ain't never seen a feast like this. We got the best grub no rent has to offer. Ulvis and Silverick even brought a keg of their famous ale over from Wright. But how did they carry something so heavy all this way, I hear you cry? Using a tankard? Yeah, that's right. By tank, of course. Those things might be armed to the teeth with some of the world's most advanced weaponry, but it's what they carry that makes the real difference. People across the land can get what they need when they need it. Not to mention a few of life's luxuries, too. Lolly-ho. And lolly-ho right back. It seems all of our hard work has finally paid off. To think that Wright was at long last able to produce its own ale again. Thanks to you and Run It, we've had the best barley crops in years. Even our very first batch has earned an approval of our village's most demanding beer aficionados, and due to the much improved quality of the soil, we've begun growing our own fruit, and the juice of which we've brought for the younger ones and teetotalers to enjoy. Awesome. All right, everyone, it's time for a toast. So raise a tankard of ale or tankard of juice if you're a mulling whelp like Run It. Watch it, Ozag, or you'll be wearing that drink of yours. Ahem, to the continued success of Watts Anvil and all of our friends. Cheers. Nicely done. Years of struggle and adversity seem a distant memory to the inhabitants of the First as they strive for a better tomorrow. In particular, the dwarves of Calusa have a vital role to play in the days to come, with their ingenuity and diligence paving the way to unlimited possibilities. Good crap. And even after the dishes are cleared away, the celebrations continued. Booze! Boo! No, wrong kind of booze. Say there, mister. He doesn't seem drunk in the slightest. I would just like to say, Oi, Karut, at least finish your sentence before you fall asleep. What are you gonna do? I think what he meant is that we all owe you a heartfelt thanks, especially Rodent. Before you showed up, he wouldn't say bullshit. But now, he's turned into a great leader. Must have been from following your example. We know you've got other people out there who need you, so it would be selfish to expect you to stay, but we're grateful for the time you've spent with us. It means a lot, it really does. And if you're ever just passing through, be sure to pay us a visit. All right. Anyway, we'd best be heading back to Anvil. Safe travels. Oh, and make sure you say goodbye to Eunice and say Luke before you leave. I've been meaning to speak with you. All right. Nice talking to you guys. I must say, this is quite the gathering. What you got? Oh, there you are. Eunice and I were just talking about you. We were wondering if the ale is to your liking. And then it occurred to me that you may not even drink in the first place. Oh, did you partake in the odd tipple? No, never really touched the stuff, sorry. I don't like carrot juice, though. Then perhaps you found another customer for soon-to-be famous fruit juice. And be sure to tell your friends. Can I say, Silurk, how wonderful it is to see you in such high spirits. You're like a changed man. A change that we have to thank you for, Pieter. Considering all you've done for us and our village, I cannot imagine how we will ever repay you. So if there's aught you need, just say the word. My sentiments exactly. I dread to think what would have become of us without your intervention. Yes, we owe a debt of gratitude to Master Ronald as well. Thanks to him and his automation, my father's dream has at long last come true. If we take a leaf out of Ronald's book by combining ingenuity and hard work, there's nothing we cannot achieve. That's good. Maybe the next time we come to write, we'll have something new to show you. Our doors are always open, so don't be a stranger. Oh, I almost forgot. But have you spoken with Uzog? It seems there's something she'd like to discuss with you. Whatever is. Hey there, guys. Have you eaten your fill, Pieter? I'm sure there's room for some more. Have you tried those regulars from Amarang? If you can pluck up the courage, they are actually quite delicious. Yeah, I can't get enough of them. Just thinking about them makes me queasy. Come on, live a little. It's like I always say, youth is wasted on the young. Yes, and it'll be even more of a waste if a gifted engineer like me chokes to death on some god's forsaken worm. I've got to look after myself if I want to have plans of ours come to fruition. Anyways, Letheria, I bet your best years are still ahead of you. In fact, why don't you come and help out at Watsonville? It's going to be better drinking tea and soaking in the hot springs all day. When you get to my age, you'll learn to appreciate things like that. You mark my words. Still, it wouldn't do to let my skills get rusty. I suppose I could pop over and do a spot of welding from time to time. Huzzah! Actually, Peter, there's something I wanted to say to you. For most of my life, I've been living according to others' expectations, without thinking about what I want. But thanks to you, I've made up my mind. Oh? Like you, I'm going to pursue my own goals, my own dreams. That's why I decided to carry on here, where I can express myself and be who I want to be. Rather than wasting my life being bound by traditions and values, I want to be free, go where I please, and do as I please. But don't you want to go back to your village? All the tolls there have permission to travel between Tom and the Anvil whenever they want. What about you? Well, it's not as though I've been banished. Not yet, anyway. Oh, gasp. I can hardly go back to Cumber now, can I? I can hardly go back to Cumber now, can I? From this day forth, I'm no longer a Gog. I shall live only as Azog, descendant of Wat himself, and I answer to no one. Gasp. But you can't just take off your helmet like that. It's indecent, too. Good goodness. I can't look. I think he's just getting flushed at the sight of a pretty girl. How do you expect me to beat it in a battle of wits if he turns into a babbling buffoon every time I take my helmet off? Wat's hammer is as good as mine. That reminds me, I should get started on my next creation and prove my superiority once and for all. Time to head back to the anvil. And it looks like I might be joining you sooner rather than later. You young'uns have brought me such much needed excitement. I can't wait to see what you'll come up with next. Indeed. See you later. All right. That's Ozagi. Ain't she got no shame? Just because she doesn't want to go back to Karma doesn't mean she needs to expose herself like that. I know you ain't the Thaler Gog, so I don't expect you to understand, but you agree with me, don't you? You should take off your helmet, too. You might find it liberating. What? No, absolutely not. Never. I'd rather lose my whole damned head than remove my helmet. It's all Ozag's fault. She needs a bloody good ducking to. But that can wait. Bugger it, I can't remember what I was going to say now. Something about thanking you or whatever. I suppose I should express my gratitude for sticking with me through thick and thin, even when it looked like this whole plan was going to blow up in my face. I know something. I can just get a bit jealous of having so many friends prepared to be and being a saving the bleeding world and all that. But I know you ain't doing it to steal my thunder. You're just trying to be a good friend. And you are, the very best. Like no one ever was. Bloody hell, keep this up and I'll start bawling like a newborn. Anyway, the struggle to get those tanks might be over, but me, Ozag, and the others will carry on here. So if you ever feel like showing up those skills of yours, you know where to come. In the meantime, best of luck with saving the world, or whatever it is you're doing. Yeah, I already finished that a while ago. It's been a while. Tribal quest complete. Reputation up. Reputation is increased to Bloodsworn. Now, Bloodsworn and a left animal. Now, the question is, where's the next mission for this going to be? Let's go ahead and fast travel to the Crystarium just to check. Oh, crap. There were 2 missions of the Crystarium anyway. Dope. Oh, well. I'll go ahead and get those since we're here. Hey there, some looking sheep. Bah, 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 bah. I have no idea what you're saying. Bah. Well, that's weird. What's this? Having emphatically imparted it the message, the sheep dashes off. You can only hope that this letter contains some manner of sheep-to-Yggdrasic dictionary. I can only hope. The script is comprised of several different hangs, and a sweet flowery fragrance lifts from the page. Your thoughts wander naturally to the pixies of Ilmeg. Greetings, sapling of a king. If you're reading this, it means our precious Fluffy has proved itself most admirably as a messenger sheep. I will write you some fascinating news. A talking leaf man has appeared in Ilmeg. Talking leaf man? You remember our leaf men, don't you? Those dreary mortals we've refurbished into darling shrubbery. Well, they're not usually much for conversation on account of being topiary bushes, but this one simply jabbers on. Such an accomplished leafman must pique your interest, yes. Come and find us in Lyra Luran, and we'll introduce you. That's weird. Okay. An original improvement. Do you have to be a level 90 to do this mission? And our land level 90. I don't think I have any land or hand level 90 right now. I don't. Okay. Nope. Okay. So, let me put level 90 hand or land. Next is Calusia. Oh. Tamara, one of the dwarven settlements which dot the slopes of Mount Gulg. Tamara hosts a sizable branch of the Thal family. Each building is constructed on a scale to cater to the diminutive inhabitants, giving taller races the impression of a village built in miniature. And that Doomsaying Dwarf. Doomsaying Dwarf wishes to send you to gather machine parts, and definitely not to your doom. Ready for another foray, are you? Well, it wouldn't be too much of a bother. Excellent. Let our inexorable march toward failure continue. So, do you recall the machina you brought back last time? Unfortunately, they were rather far gone, and I couldn't salvage much of them. Do you think you could bring back more of the same? Consider it done. Thank you. With a bit of extra specimens, I think we can put together something useful, even if we're inevitably doomed to fail. Okay. That's all I needed to do was start the mission. All right. Actually, let's undo. A recurring weekly mission. All right. Next is going to be a Razatan. Beautiful music. All right, excitable youth. What do you got for me? Hildebrand. Somebody use the restroom. I'll be right back. Then we'll get some Hildebrand going. Let's go. Pungent Lolithel can scarcely conceal his excitement. Wait, I know you. We met in Kagane. You're that stone-cold killer I have to look after the love of my life. What's that look for? Surely you haven't forgotten me. You and me, we had a moment, a connection. Not like the one you got with her, of course, but I know I left an impression. Frankly, considering how many blows to the head I've taken, I'm lucky I haven't forgotten my own name. Head trauma notwithstanding, I'm still offended. At the very least, surely my love for my sultry muse, my innocent and pure, not at all creepy adoration for the totality of her existence, is the kind of thing that would stick in your memory. But enough about me. This is about Miss Nashu. Ever since she got sucked into that weird portal back east, I've been scouring the world for any sign of her. I was this close to giving up, but then, huzzah! I found her here in Razatan. Normally, I'd be happy to get back to playing the silent invisible guardian, but she seems pretty distracted by the plight of her inspector friend. She's here too, but laid up. Or he's here too, but laid up, and showing no signs of waking anytime soon. Either way. My Nashu's been fashioning all sorts of medicines in hopes of rousing him, but to no avail. I mean, I couldn't care less if he kicked the bucket, but I hate seeing her like this. Now she's liable to work herself to death. So what say you? You deliver my dearest Nashu from her plight? You'll find her over at the High Crucible, no doubt hovering over an alembic. And with that, I'll get back to cheering her on from the shadows. You too, I guess. Now go quickly. Save my beloved. Yeah, sure, why not? Hello, Radiant. Hail, adventurer. I had sincerely hoped you may have returned to this fair city of ours someday. After all, it is thanks to you and the science that I am standing before you now. As a token of my gratitude, I wish to share something useful with you. But I shan't be the one doing the sharing. Seek out my sharp-eyed comrade at Balaka's stand for further details, adventurer. Godspeed. Have a conversation with these folks at Alchemia. Hello, Nashu. What's up? And that should do it. Now take this medicine and... Oh dear. You're just giving people random medicine? Cool, Peter. I feel like it's been forever, though definitely less than a year, I'm sure. Now, what brings you to Razatan? Enjoying a spot of adventuring, perhaps? Oh, you know, this, that, and the other. Then you've heard. Oh, it's true. Inspector Hildebrand's gone into hibernation again, and... Oh, wait, you're giving me that look. The one that screams, what in the whole weird portal business? All right, well, since you silently asked. So back in the Ruby Sea, remember how Greg got doused with dew prism and was forced to whisk us all far away? I do remember this. How that strange rift had opened up, and this inspector got sucked up into it, and how I followed him after that. Yes, I remember all of this. Well, after that, we all ended up in this bizarre place. Couldn't tell up from down, left from right, and so we wandered, lost and confused. Fortunately, Greg came to his senses and explained that we were in the interspectorial rift, and then used the same trick to bring us home. So far, so good. Greg himself stayed behind me, though. There's something about a score he had to settle. I'm not sure what that was about, but hey, you know Greg. Anyway, we're back now, but the rub is that Inspector Hildebrand hasn't opened his eyes once. I know he needs his beauty sleep, but it's been an awfully long time, and well, we've got 3 cases to solve. I've been trying my hand at apothecary stuff, seeing as how I can't make something that'll get him up and moving, but nothing seems to work. Yeah. I think we're making progress. Me and Master Chupacabra from the Shakura are concerned, that is. You remember Mr. Chupacabra, right? Who got sucked into the rift along with us. A former evil mastermind, not so bad once you got to know him. Not especially, no. Jubraka. Pleased I am to meet you once more, and under less compromising circumstances, if I may correct our mutual friend. I'm Jucabra, chairman of the Sugata concern. Okay. The distrustful and somewhat bloodthirsty glare is not unwarranted, but in my defense,
Who among us has not contemplated enslaving the rich and powerful to bend the world to their whim? I pray you forgive me my poor joke, and allow me to assure you that after wandering the interdimensional rift with sisters only know how long, I am a changed man. Naturally, I understand that words alone will not suffice to absolve me of my sins. Thus, since my return, I have observed a humble apothecary that caters to the needs of one and all. Furthermore, I made arrangements with Mrs. Nashu's workshop. Rest assured, I will spare no effort in helping you see Inspector Hildebrand awakened and returned to full health. And with that, if you'll excuse me, I must see to other business.
Sure, why not?
Isn't he just the nicest ex-villain you've ever met? Oh, but that's right. I just finished my latest medicine. Oh, I've got high hopes on this new recipe.
Medicine might not do us any good.
So maybe you'll be able to tell what's wrong with the inspector if you get a look at him yourself. He's resting in a room up in Karma. Oh, let's go.
Are you mixing medicines in bomb form?
Yes, right. Take it. I perform your menial task.
Yep, all those monies.
Next time, that's a more meaningful task for me.
Okay. Grab some curry real quick. I definitely feel well fed. Okay, let's see. Let's go first, because I'm pretty sure there was a mission I needed to finish. A healing mission. Greetings. How did it go at El Amigo? Oh yeah, we saved a guy. Eliminating blasphemies, helping organize a memorial ceremony. They've certainly kept you busy. A fine example of going above and beyond the call of duty. I'm sure to send word of your exploits to Eldath. Wait till the Sultana hears about this. Her Grace will not only be the only one who welcomes this news. On behalf of the Grand Company of Eorzea and our allies, allow me to express my most heartfelt gratitude. Excellent. You can now dye the job-specific gear for 90 level healers. I can. Awesome. Just a second. Don't want to heal. Don't want to do the hat though, because it doesn't do much. Okay. Takamura.
Isn't this room nice? Oh, Mr. Chupacabra has taken care of everything. Oh, even paid the rent in full. Oh, but I'm distracting you, aren't I? You need to concentrate while you examine the inspector, yes?
Study the sleeping Inspector Hildebrand. You may move the cameras while zooming up and down, and examine every detail using X. Rugged features belie what is at closer glance the sensitive mien of a cultured gentleman. While he still breathes, he appears to be locked in a deep slumber. Rippling muscles bespeak impressive strength, while smooth skin suggests that only in the rarest of occasions does this man resort to violence. Troublingly, his limbs are stiff and cool to the touch, as if the blood runs cold in his veins. The exquisite buckles of the stylish footwear are a design unique to House Manderville. These shoes would almost certainly fetch a small fortune in the markets. The inspector's condition is disturbingly reminiscent of the scions who were summoned to the first for a time. He went to the first? Wake up, Nashu. We got this taken care of.
No, we've finished already. Any theories as to what's wrong with the inspector?
Well, he's a soulless husk, which is less than ideal.
I see. I mean, I don't, but that's what you're supposed to say at times like this. I know that much. Well, how do we wake him up?
I have no idea.
Turn his body to his soul. Oh, I mean, his soul to his body. Oh, where did it go, and what is it doing there?
Probably went to the first to become the Gentleman of Darkness, as you do.
I see. Right. So, can you go there?
I can.
Great. In that case, I'll leave the soul searching to you. And I'm sure it goes without saying, but once you've arrived at this otherworldly world, look out for a place that smells of mystery and intrigue, and chat with people there. Oh, that's standard agent of the Inquiry Protocol. Oh, and since this is Inspector Hildebrand we're talking about, don't be surprised if you find him asleep or having forgotten a thing or two. But don't worry, I've prepared my traditional medicine just in case. Don't hesitate to use it. And with that, do take care out there.
Got your bombs. All right. Well. All we have there. What is next? All three missions taken care of at Razatan. Next is Charlene. We got 11 missions in Charlene. Holy cow. Nope, not there. There's a heck of a lot going on over here. All right, let's try the panic-stricken Lulliput first. Or Lupperit.
Peter, oh thank goodness you're here. It's absolutely terrible. Awful, an emergency of cataclysmic proportions. What is it? Oh, I don't know actually, they didn't say. But it didn't sound simply dreadful. Oh, What I do know is Bildingway has been asking after you. He said if I happen to see you, I should tell you to hurry over the Caduceus Knolls with all haste. Now, what are you doing standing around here for? Away with you.
Alright, eventually I'll do that. Good day to you, my fine fellow. Come to see Tataru Taro's boutique in the flesh, no doubt. Might I interest you in one of our world-famous silk socks? Ah, they're so comfortable, you won't even realize you're wearing them. Not at the moment, no. What's that? You're an acquaintance of the proprietress? I am. Heavens, you're the Pieter? Mr. Tataru told me all about you. Come to think of it, I was to inform her immediately if you happen to stop by. Please, wait a moment. I'll go fetch her immediately. All right, why not? There you are, Pieter. Hey, what's up? Sorry to keep you waiting. Business is booming and I can't hardly keep up. Not that I'm complaining. It feels like only yesterday I was welcoming you as one of our first customers. Hey, look at us now. Yeah, look at us. But I'm sure you're wondering why I wish to speak with you. I guess so, yeah. I have a surprise for you. A gift, in fact. A gorgeous, exclusive, and above all, properly registered island sanctuary. That's like what the Superman has? You heard that right. I, Tataru Taro, am presenting you with your very own island. I know you'll be tempted to demur with, are you certain? Or you're far too kind. I'm quite certain, and yes, I know. But I hope you can accept this gift in the spirit of friendship. I've seen the weight of the burdens you carry firsthand, after all. You rose to become the champion of Eorzea, and now a hero known across the star and beyond, which leaves very few places where you might be freed of duty and expectation. As I considered where you might find such an oasis, the idea washed over me like an oncoming tide. The sea! It's an island paradise with naught but the serenity of nature for moms. Even you should feel free to relax. So what do you say? Yes? 1,000 times yes? What are we waiting for? Toss me in the hold and set sail. It's good to know we're of the same mind. Truly, there's no time like the present to be on our way. We make for the Morby dry docks. Look for Baldwin, a skipper near the Aetherite. He should be expecting you. All right. Let's accept it. Got new music. I like it. Hey there, Dreaming Way. We need to be a disciple of the hand, huh? Done. What's up, Dreaming Way?
Pieter, my friend, my chum, my pal, my old earthen flatware, how delighted I am to finally see you again. Do you remember me? You do, don't you?
Of course. Dreaming Way. No problem. I may teach you how to sing or something like that.
Whew, you had me worried for a moment there. With how your eyes closed over like that?
No, they're always like that.
Well, in any case, I'm truly glad that you found you at last. Etheris is quite a bit larger than one anticipated, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's huge.
It is ever so intact. Bit of widespread destruction, yes. But you and your friends did a remarkable job of saving it. I can see why you prefer to stay, really. I do. But you must understand, you've left a fair few of the fellow Leopards in a bind.
Yes, I understand.
The sole purpose in life was to prepare a moon for mankind, and now that you're not even coming, well, they're depressed. Not to mention bored. I know what that's like. To while away the days drifting from one dull task to another, occasionally bumping into walls. You managed to set me right, so my days of listlessness are over. I'm much happier pursuing music as I ever was before, so I wondered. Could you now help my fellow Leopards as you helped me? Not all by yourself, of course. I promise that they'll be there every hop, skip, and jump of the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
I knew you'd agree. It would be best if you met with the Leopards in question yourself, so please join me at Beastface Burrow as soon as you're able.
Sure, you got it.
Thank you. They're in a sorry state at the moment, but surely we can find somewhere to help. Oh, Jaltan.
Travel quest accepted. Yay, another travel quest. Woot.
So much happiness.
Hello, Magino. What's up?
Piotr Krolinsk, welcome, welcome. I'm Magina, assistant shopkeeper and apprentice seamstress here at Tataru Boutique. I doubt you remember my face, as I'm merely one of many you owe your lives, but you will always have my gratitude for saving me that day at Evelyn Rhine.
Sure. I'm always happy to help people.
You're too kind. And while I hate to ask aught more of you, please say that you're here to attend to Mistress Tataru's new endeavor.
What's that?
Not yet? Not yet, but he soon shall be. Whatever would you do without your punch-on for turning up precisely when you need it, huh?
That's quite the look.
Now, to make a long story of our solvency short, we've secured the resources to produce new designs I developed in cooperation with guilds near and far, and in sufficient quantity to meet rising demand. We cannot rest on our laurels, however. To serve passing adventurers and the occasional intrepid Charlatan is all well and good, but we've hardly taken the world by storm. No. Much like yourself, we must ever look to new horizons. The science proved that cooperation on a star-wide scale is possible, and we would be fools not to capitalize on that, to build the grandest trade network in the history of Heidelin. All for the greater good, of course. Yes, this is a wonderful opportunity to bring people together. I often think back to that incredible moment when the Garlean army came to our rescue. Perhaps our efforts, too, will one day lead to the miracles like that which took place in the Evelyn Rhine. I have no doubt that they shall, but we mustn't expect such alliances to form themselves. We must be proactive, and who better to woo our future partners in commerce than our current number one customer, you? My erstwhile comrades in arms know, for when it comes to good equipment and better ideas, if you have such keen eyes as our adventurer extraordinaire. Even should they hesitate at first, I'm certain you can convince them, using the samples I've prepared.
Well, I see that my mind is made up.
But of course, with your assistance, we'll have both coin and goodwill flowing in no time. Everything is falling into place. Where shall I send Peter first? Don't you worry, I have it all planned out. First, Limsa Leminsa, sicker to the bloody executioners, working harder than ever, so he's sure to appreciate any extra supplies. Supplies! Next, Gridania, the seed seers have a source of trustworthy authority and insight into the shroud. Not be amiss in cultivating the investment of, say, Aruna Sena? I hear tell that he has some interest in affairs abroad, so the novelty of our samples may persuade him to our side. As for Oda, I feel confident in pinning my hopes on Pippin. He's always been a stalwart ally, and it goes without saying that he's more than a little sway at the Sultanate.
There we go. That's the words.
Between his involvement in the Immortal Flames, the Syndicate, and the Colosseum, he's bound to find use for quality Akumal. With that out of the way, Magina, would you do the honors? Never let it be said that Tataru is stingy with her samples. Now, if you make your way to Limsa and climb aboard the Astilica, I'm certain someone will point you to Sigurd's direction. I have my own avenues of inquiry to attend to, but I'll check in periodically to see how your journey's coming along. Well then, let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And then there's a well-dressed attendant.
You are, pray forgive my directness, but you are none other than Master Krolinsk, are you not?
I've been called that.
It's a pleasure to finally meet your acquaintance. I'm Merrild, a humble servant of House Lavalier. I have heard that you are an exemplary artisan. Is it true? If so, I should hope you'd be intrigued by a proposal from my employer. You see, Lady Emiliance has been focused on a rather important social welfare endeavor of late, and seeks the aid of an artisan possessed of talent commensurate with the task at hand. That glint in your eye tells me that you wish to know more, so I invite you to speak with her in person. As fortune would have it, she's available at this very moment. You needn't say another word. I shall arrange a seat for you under House Lavalier's reservation. Pray make your way to the last stand at your earliest convenience, and await Lady Emiliance's arrival. All right. So many tasks.
Hey there, wandering minstrel. I know you.
Gasp. Who should stand before me but the savior of the very star, the indomitable ender of the end? Your deeds are sung of far and wide, my friend. As I understand it, your quest for the world's salvation brought you to Charlayan. I, too, am here in the quest for sorts, the quest for musical inspiration. No less magnificent through this repository of knowledge may be, I find that there is only so much inspiration I can derive from tomes. For where tomes alone fail to inspire, living words may yet spark the imagination. And so I beg of you, will you not regale me with the tale of your quest to deliver the star? If such an adventure isn't fit to be an epic, I would not know what is.
Sure.
Drawing upon both your first-hand account and the knowledge I attain here, I believe I shall be able to weave the most marvelous of verses. Should you be willing, pray let me know. I shall continue my research here and in the meantime. Greetings, my friend. If you have a tale to share, this minstrel is all ears.
Boy, let me tell you, I beat a god. His name was Zodiac, and man, he was ridiculous.
Oh, what manner of thrilling adventure might this be?
Oh, you know, just your standard run-of-the-mill god. Lowercase g.
Good gods.
Yeah, quite.
A battle on the moon with Zodiac, eldest and mightiest of the primals. I pride myself on my imagination, but your feats transcend aught my mind could possibly conceive. Against all odds, you struck down the Possum being, yet triumph quickly turned to tragedy, for Zodiac's fall proved to be the trigger for the final days. Yes, the words well up within me. Pray, lend them an ear. Born of ancient men, a divinity was freed. Their hopes unrequited, they knew no reprieve. Born of mortal man, a champion did arise, ascending to the heavens, ruination to defy. That the ancients should sacrifice half their number to save the star, the strength of their resolve makes me tremble in admiration, even as it saddens me to think that one of their own would seek to lay it all to waste. So deep was his despair. Not having lived their lives, I feel decidedly unworthy to speak of their hearts. Better than the whole truth remain with you, and you alone. Let it suffice for me to say a fragment of their hopes and dreams in song, that their lives in sacrifice may ever be remembered. Which Bella Zodiac's Fall, now accessible. Oh my. Greetings, my friend. If you have a tale to share, this minstrel is all ears.
Let me tell you about my battle with Heidelin.
This promises to be a most rousing adventure.
Oh yeah, I beat the Mother Crystal, the person who'd been saving all of us all this time. Now she's dead, and it's my fault.
In order to prove your readiness to avert the final days, you undertook a trial imposed by none less a being than the will of the star herself, Heidelin. It staggers the mind to imagine such an encounter, to say not of the thousands of years that Vina has resolved to wait. Yes, I dare say I have a song. You'll listen to it now, of course.
Do I have a choice?
Begin singing. Though eons apart, two kindred souls met, apart they would walk, all life to protect. Aeons hence, their paths would converge, as God is immortal, to silence the dirge. For time beyond counting, Eidolon waited for you in patience and faith. And when at last you reunited, even as she desperately wished for you to surpass her, she knew she could not hold back, and did not. Hers was an unenviable burden, and a noble sacrifice. Tears well up in my eyes to imagine the hardships she had to endure. But it comforts me to know that her long journey was not in vain, that her hopes passed on to you. This tale is an epic beyond epics, and full honored am I to have been given the chance to weave a song for it. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Minstrel's Ballad, Heidelin's Call, now accessible. Beautiful music. Greetings, my friend. If you have a tale to share, this minstrel is all ears.
Let me tell you about the end singer. Oh, man. She wanted to kill us all.
A battle at the edge of existence, you say, against a fearsome being known as the end singer. It goes without saying that I should like to hear about this. Pray, recount to me the tale of your mission from beginning to end.
Oh, man. This was a crazy battle. She was like an evil bird.
Good gods. I'd known about the chaos of the final days, but never could have imagined the events which brought them about. I do wonder, though, where might this Ultima Thule be located?
On the edge of space.
Lest you misunderstand, I speak not of its physical location. If you wish to know that, I dare say we could have the coordinates from the Loporrits. Nay, my friend, what I speak of course, is its essence. According to your description, 'tis a space where emotions dictate reality. It seems to me that in such a place, it would be nigh impossible to draw a line between what is real and what is felt.
Yeah, pretty much.
In nature, there's a phenomenon where the structure of its massive object may resemble that of something diminutive. Might it not be possible, then, that the structure of the sea of stars resembles that of the heart and mind, of the complex mechanisms that govern our feelings? On the assumption that it is so, I'm led to wonder, what was the true nature of the end singer? What was it exactly you defied at the edge of existence? It's just the wild ramblings of a minstrel. Pray do not lose sleep over it. Still, I must say that the idea of an entity that hoards despair has quite roused my imagination. For instance, had the end singer succeeded in gathering but a few more stars worth of despair, and perhaps even a few more souls, might the outcome have been different? Yes, I believe I shall explore such an eventuality. In song. The light of hope kindled by your comrades is brilliant. Alas, so dark is the despair you face, not even that light can pierce it. The inexorable verse of oblivion, performed at the farthest reaches of existence. I shall name it the End Singer's Aria.
These clouds are beautiful.
I'm sure it'd be very different if it was like nighttime and, the clouds weren't covering everything. Oh man, so many missions.
Hey there, Rosamund.
Hello, how may I help you? Oh, you're Peter Krolinsk, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I thought I recognized that heroic mane.
Well, my hair isn't that big, is it?
How wonderful to meet you. My name's Osmond. I'm a gleaner, as you may have surmised, mostly specializing in the collection of rare and curious books. It would seem fate has brought us together. My work has given me an appetite for well-crafted stories, you see. But recently I've struggled to find any truly engaging material. So I thought to myself, why waste all this time bemoaning the lack of quality of tales you enjoy? Which is why I'm excited to be speaking with the vaulted champion, Pieter. If I could convince you to share some of the minutiae of your adventures, it would lend my fiction an undeniable authenticity.
I mean, sure, whatever. Here's a story of the dragon song where you may not have heard. You'll see, I was traveling with Isael and Estinian, and they really didn't like each other. But the day before, we met up with, what's his name? The big dragon. We had a nighttime discussion and campfire, and it was actually really nice. Oh, did it frighten you? Oh man, I was so frightened. I thought Estinian was going to kill us all. Oh, what a complete waste of... Osmond, are you actually chatting? Scholar above, it's a miracle. Here I thought you capable of little more than grunts in size. Might I introduce Shallow Moore, my colleague and eternal tormentor. Oh, come now. It's just a bit of playful banter. Tristan and I could use some good humor after failing to track down our quarry. I'll be damned. Peter, it's an honor. And an incredible stroke of luck. You're the very person we've been searching for. Oh, really? If you'll indulge me a moment, I can explain the situation at hand. All right, what is it? As you know, Sherlayan was charged with antiquity with fulfilling a sacred duty. A duty which kept the gleaners buzzing to and fro like angry hornets. I would complete one grueling list of procurements only to be handed yet another, and then another. The work was, well, we knew. But now those days are behind us, the tasks have slowed to a trickle, and we find ourselves, well, strangely idle. Thus the guild ship, in my wisdom, has forged a partnership with the Adventurers Guild. We now have a system in place where odd jobs from other countries can be funneled here to us in Sherlayan. The tasks they pass on to us are for the most part not your average gleaner cannot handle. There is one client, however, who has asked for you specifically, and as the Adventurers Guild has no official presence in our city, we agreed to the odd job of facilitating that request. What's this? I don't know. It's something I walked over and it was that right there. Think of us as their substitute Sherlayan branch, if you will. In any case, I'll be here at the counter ready to provide you with the details. It doesn't appear to be an urgent matter, so feel free to engage the request whenever your schedule allows. Sure. Hey there, Bruni. I finally got my internet working. It was kind of depressingly off for most of the morning. Oh, and be sure to browse Toussaint's wares. He has a special selection available for anyone who takes part in an odd job enterprise. Oh, okay. Peter, I didn't quite get the chance before Shalomore commandeered the conversation, and I wanted to thank you for indulging me with your stories. Cox. Oh, yes, it was Cox. Of course it was Cox. Down for the whole area for the whole morning. It was awesome. Awesome. Oh, do you think we might talk again sometime? I would love to hear the odd job of yours turned out. Yikes. Well, yeah, quite. Okay, so these are these lead meets. What is this? As a result of the partnership between the Adventurers Guild and the Gleaners Partnership, you're now able to accept an odd job from Shalomore at the Peristyle. Alright, what is it? A key to the past. So, Peter, does this mean you found a spare moment in your busy god-slinging agenda? Yeah, sure, why not? Wonderful. I'll actually have a letter addressed to you from Mistress Momodi. Go ahead and read through that, and I'll dig up the link pearls that use it to convey your reply. Alright. Dear Peter, hope this letter finds you well and still taking guild jobs, because we've got one here with your name on it. Ordinarily, I wouldn't bother you with something like this, but the client is a personal attendant of Her Royal Majesty Nanana Ulunamo, and I'm guessing that has piqued your curiosity as much as it did mine. Let Shalomore know if you can make it over to Ul'dah, and I'll set up a meeting with this lady in waiting. I'm told it's nothing urgent, so at your earliest convenience. Momodi. So what are you thinking, yay or nay? Tell Momodi I'm on my way. Accept all the jobs. We'll take them when I can. Understood. I'll call her right away. And done. Our tiny taskmaster is making arrangements as we speak. She says the lady you're to meet is a Wallafell by the name of Kokoshu. Light brown hair, green eyes. Yeah, she should be waiting you outside the quicksand by the time you arrive. Fair fortune and safe travels. Just accepting all the quests. Your timing is impeccable, Peter. How do you manage to do that? An intriguing job has been laid at our feet.
and the client insists you be the one to take it up. The client, or none other than the East Alenard Trading Company.
Oh, no.
The missive was dispatched from Kugane branch rather than Little Laredo's offices, but I nevertheless carries the piquant scent of the moneyed interests. Care to give it a read?
Yeah, sure.
Dear Peter, in the self-same spirit of friendship which has defined our every interaction to date, it is my pleasure to extend to you a humble invitation. 'Tis because of your endearing efforts to save this star that we may benefit from this rarest of opportunities. For it is in service to your noble quest to build the good ship Ragnarok that has able to forge a fruitful bond between myself and another of Hingashi's elites. This lord has seen fit to grant me, and a guest of my choosing, leave to go where few Asian have tread. Beyond the bounds of Kugane to the sacred slopes of Mount Rockon itself. I cannot overstate the significance of this gesture, nor the allure of the sights heretofore unforeseen by Western eyes. Nor is it an exaggeration to say that no one is more deserving of this boon than your magnanimous self. I eagerly await your reunion, and our reunion, at the gates of the Bacoro Inn. Ever your faithful servant, Hancock Fitzgerald.
Seems there's a holy mountain in Hingashi needs climbing.
Never thought the Hingans would crack open those gates. Gil talks, that's for damn sure. You'll be heading to Kugane then, I take it?
Yeah, eventually. Well, I'm done doing everything here.
Perfect. I'll send word you're on your way. Fair fortune and safe travels. You'd best come back with plenty of stories to tell you here.
There's something in your eye, man.
So many missions. 'Tis good to see you, Peter. 'Tis good to see you, Peter. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the scholarly world has been in an uproar since the Forum announced their plans for mass exodus. To think that we may well step foot on the very moon. We expected that once word got out, we might receive more requests for lunar samples than was previously considered acceptable. What we did not expect was the veritable deluge of absurdity unleashed upon us. We've designated the most mind-boggling requests senior bills. At this point, any assistance you could provide would be more than welcome. Shikashi is in the midst of organizing the latest offerings. Why don't you speak with her to get a better idea of what to expect?
Eventually. Hey there.
The speckled technician is enjoying a refreshing harbor breeze. Oh, that's blown the cobwebs away. Time to return to work. Oh, goodness me, look who it is. Oh, how incredibly serendipitous that I run into you of all people. I was part of a team which designed the Ragnarok, you see, and we've been recently beginning the process of combing through the vessel's flight log data. The primary objective of your journey to Ultima Thule was to save our star and countless others, of course, but it also provided us with invaluable trove of information, records of places and events we could only dream of. Oh, your safe return gave us much to be thankful for. And it so happens, one of the things we pulled from the log was a transmission of unknown origin. Something the ship must have intercepted during its flight. We believe it to be an audio message, but even our most talented linguists have been unable to decipher the language. And for a while there, it seemed we must accept defeat. But today may be the day we finally solve the mystery. If you're so inclined, would you care to come along to the museum? It seems fitting to have one of the Ragnarok's original passengers present to hear history being made.
Yeah, sure, why not? Hey there, Jamming Wife. Peter, you are Peter, yes? Thank you ever so much for coming. In truth, I've been searching all over for you. You see, there's a most pressing matter for which I could use your wisdom and experience. What's that? Oh, we haven't actually been introduced yet, have we? My name's Janway. I have the honor of serving as a communications officer aboard the Ragnarok. So anyway, to the matter I spoke of, it began the other day when my curiosity got the better of me. I decided to send a reconnaissance probe to Ultima Thule to investigate the environs. Imagine my surprise when my robotic friend responded just a short while ago with the most urgent and dire distress signal. The distress signal from Ultima Thule? Now, even after you and your companions mercifully put an end to the threat of the final days, well, surely this intrigues and worries you as much as it does me. It's just about the venture there to investigate further, but there's no telling what dangers might await. I am a communications officer, not an adventurer. Please join me at the museum, so we may boldly go where you've gone before. And off we go, where no pirate has gone before. Okay.
All right, what do we need over here? Need level 90? I heard your conversation. These aren't just for show. That's what plagues me at the moment. Here we are, Bowser's dear. Both emblematic of our woes with senior bills and direct source for many. Baldur's Dear is a highly esteemed scholar of mythological studies. He has a pet theory that the creatures described in myths can be traced to those that once existed in ancient times. Simply put, he requests samples from ancient organisms which I need not remind you no longer exist. Oh, the audacity. Are we meant to travel through time for him? And there you have it. Take a look at the guild ship hunt board. If there's anything, and I mean anything at all you think you could handle, please do. You really are our only hope. Senior guild ship marks bills are now available. You're now permitted to take bills from senior marks from guild ship hunt boards in Old Charlene and Razat Han. New quests and elite guild ship marks will be available from Northorana upon reaching level 90. To think that you, Peter, have traveled to the very edge of creation, there to confront phallic knows what, yet you still seek the strangeness of our hunt bills. You truly are one of a kind. But some would call you brave, some reckless, but my guess is you simply do what needs to be done. I would say that. In any case, we certainly have a few hunts they call cavalier heroics, and you're welcome to them. Frankly, I can't imagine I didn't think to offer them to you sooner. You'll recognize the term elite marks, I'm sure. As ever, ours tend toward the bizarre. So don't take my word for it. Ask Jalakshi. Hey there, Jalakshi. This has become quite the pattern, eh? One must almost think that Northola prefers to leave all the explaining to me. A conversation for another time, perhaps. You want to know more about the elite marks, yes? Uh-huh. 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 You're the gleaner extraordinaire who made our way to the very summit of the heavens, are you not? I am. Can I help you? My word, all of the most tiresome... That is to say out loud, look how many of our esteemed clients have gathered here at once. Yes, and what of it? Considering the importance of my work and the snail's pace at which you are fulfilling my request, it should come as no surprise that I come to personally insist that they are handled with the utmost urgency. Now, in order to completely validate my theories and protect them from any further impugnations, I have need of your talents. I require more samples to prove that the moon, and indeed the stars beyond, are teeming with life. Wait just a minute. My research in comparable mythology is on the verge of changing our understanding of life as we know it. Indeed, samples of ancient organisms have never been seen, of greater necessity. What nonsense. Surely the requests made of various departments of the studium come first. Our pupils are the lifeblood and future of Charlene, and we must needs provide them with hands-on instruction and the classification of specimens from both Thavnir and Garlemald. Pardon me, but we researchers also in great need of your services, and we have a mountain of requests relaying from Labyrinthos' fiercest specimens of a queue. Yeah, whatever you guys need, that's fine. Labyrinthos? Oh, surely you jest. We have a talented individual here capable of exploring environments unlike any known to man, and you'd have him go to the Labyrinthos? I'll not stand for it. Not when myriad discoveries await in the field of xenobiology. Enough! Can't you not see the bind you're putting Pieter in? He'll decide for himself what to prioritize. Thank you very much. Rest assured that each and every one of your requests have been accounted for. Now off you go. Shoo! Shoo! I do apologize for my colleague's behavior. Should you be interested in learning more about our requests, pray find us in the Aetherite Plaza. Yeah, I'll get around to that, maybe. Heavens, I'm sure they mean well, after a fashion. But I would consider it a personal favor if they leaned a little bit, learned to be a little bit less demanding. Or perhaps more than a bit. Any road, they'll doubtless find it in themselves to behave as it means they'll get their previous samples, or their precious samples. If you're keen to learn more about our elite marks, don't hesitate to make use of them. For our part, we're counting on you, so best of luck out there, Peter.
You can count on me.
Or not, as the case may be, because I've not been doing any of these hunts. Like, ever. Elite guildship hunts are now accessible. Now permitted to take bills for elite guildship marks from the guildship hunt board. I may eventually do them. Probably not, though. Alright. Just a moment. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, I'm just barely not ready for Dawn Trail. Mentally, I'd love some Dawn Trail, but I've got all of this to go. Seeking Sanctuary, level 1. Alright, go back. Okay. All right, Baldestian Annex, what do we got? What's up, Nemgigi? It appears my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot I would encounter none other than Peter, the hero who saw us through to the final day. So certainly as I have my math, as I stood here for, well, let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Nemgigi, assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the Ateoscope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are well beyond our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our every conjecture. You've been to the center of our star and far beyond. However, so we hope that you will see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you, lend us your well-traveled eye, and Aporia, Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Alright. Hit this mender really quick. Script exchange. I have no purple scripts as of yet. Carpenter's not ready. Culinarian's not ready. Weaver's not ready. Leather worker's not ready. And botanist is not ready. Okay. Does that mean I'm caught up? Does that mean I'm finally caught up with everything? I think I am. So I'm going to play some Triple Triad. Get this Triple Triad done, and then should be good to go. And this person's upstairs. Ah, you wish to play a match, my lord? It would be this humble servant's pleasure to oblige you until you are satisfied. All right. For the wins. Huzzah. I must admit defeat, it seems. Alright. And then we actually have one more area to go. Ahoy there, lad. You must be the little mistress's friend. Then fixed up with her own island, eh? She said she'd be along herself shortly, but speak of the devil.
Theodore, I thought it dressed light for a voyage, given the notorious humidity of the Southern Isles. I trust everything's in order, Baldwin.
I just give the holler when you're ready to set sail. You see, we've nothing to fear where we're going. Not since any marauder with an ounce of sense is up there hanging up their axe. The old island sanctuary business came from about the Admiral reckoning she needs something to do now piracy's off the table, matter of fact. Just look at me, a bloody stand-up citizen, ferrying folks about. Any road, you pack it rather light for the venture of this sort. You do realize you're responsible for bringing your own tools and supplies.
Not to worry, we'll procure everything there.
You will now. How the hell did you plan to do that?
Oh, I have a little something in mind. Let's just say the idea was good enough to land us a permit.
Is that so? Well, good luck to you both.
I'm sure you're just itching to see your new domain. I'll fill you in on all the juicy details once we arrive.
Make your preparations. We'll leave port the moment you give the word.
Mm-hmm. I'll be waiting for you on the ferry.
Yeah, okay.
Island Sanctuary now accessible. We'll take a look at it, and then we'll go to that last area that I forgot about. Ahoy there, lad. Where can I take you?
Take me to my island.
So is this The Sims? Is that what this is going to be?
Peter, look toward the horizon. Beautiful, isn't it?
What am I looking toward? Well, it's an idyllic spot. Okay. This whole island is mine, really?
There's nothing like a sea voyage to rekindle the adventuring spirit. So what do you think? This untimed isle of yours to cultivate as you see fit. Or not, as it were.
Rather like it as it is now.
If nothing else, think of it as your personal hideaway. A not-so-secret one.
Island Sanctuary. Well, one thing we need here for sure is a crystal.
The refreshing caress of the wind, the soothing whisper of the waves, how liberating. I admit, I've been looking forward to joining you here. Now, this may come as a bit of a surprise, but the island was once commandeered by a band of pirates and used as a supply base. Fortunately for us, the group disbanded years ago, and the isle has since largely returned to its natural state. As you know too well, Mildred's never been one to sit around idly. She put her eyes on the Catalese, formulating plans for island settlements for years. Now that a sense of peace has settled throughout the realm, she finally decided to put those plans into motion. A chosen few have been permitted to become keepers of private islands in this vast archipelago, and you're one of them. My industrious idea of procuring all materials needed to settle here locally struck a chord with the Admiral since she read my proposal, so much so that she was happy to grant me a deed.
This is not exactly a one-man job.
Not to worry, I have arranged for ample assistance. I shall happily introduce you in just a moment, but you'll need to follow me through the charming little clearing I've designated as your base of operations. If we simply clamber up that slope ahead and proceed along the path, we'll bump into, well, you'll see.
Yeah, somebody who loves nature, I just like to soon leave it as it is.
Allow me to introduce you to Felicitas Furball, the leader of your team of helpers.
Well, if it isn't the owner himself, it shall be my pleasure to advise you, whether you desire it or not. Oh, yes, I think we'll get along just fine.
In addition to our feline friend here, I took the liberty of preparing a variety of other mammoths to assist with construction and development of the Isle. You'll be pleased to know that the latest and greatest model is developed by one of the most brilliant minds in all of Charlayan. I heard that a professor of the studium was searching for a means to make use of his advanced automata. To make a long story short, I made him an offer he couldn't refuse and managed to acquire all of them for the unabateable price of free.
You're kind of terrifying, Tataru.
As I understand, the mammoths are produced in secret while the forum formulated plans for a mass exodus. Intended to be used as laborers in distant stars to help in constructing a new home for the people of Atheris, it seems all reason for their existence vanished from the threat of our star was erased. As you can imagine, the professor was quite conflicted over what to do with the remains of what may have been his life's work, but after some negotiation I convinced him to entrust them to us, on the condition we share the data retrieved from development of the Isle. Furthermore, while I know it sounds like an ordeal and a half to procure all the necessities from the land itself, there's ample practical justification for such experimentation. You see, the Admiral's vision is for people of all walks of life to have access to the island sanctuaries, and my idea might just be the most effective way to accomplish that. If one has the capital on hand to purchase the materials and equipment needed for such a bold endeavor, it's a simple matter to subsist safely and comfortably in a remote location. But that limits potential idle keeps to a paltry few. What of those without such funds, who simply wish to enjoy nature and live off the land? We can and must provide that such a feat is possible, and assist in providing for those would-be isle keepers with the knowledge they need to succeed. Only then will these islands truly be sanctuaries.
All right. Fret not, Mr. Setaru. With authentic Charlayan ingenuity and know-how at my claw tips, the simple-minded individual, excuse me, despite the enhancements in vocal origin design and mechanisms still stuck from time to time.
Oh goodness, that's a relief. But it should leave you if we get properly acquainted. I'll return to see the fruits of your partnership when they're ripe for the picking. For now, enjoy your own personal paradise. And cultivate the land or explore, the choice is yours.
Yes, welcome to the island. Give the word when you've finished ogling the surroundings. I prefer to get on with this sort of business sooner than later. I should also very much like to discuss the matter of my payment. You may invite party members, free company members, and friends to visit your island sanctuary once it's reached a sufficient stage of development. Quest complete. Your new home in the Southern Sea is your own personal island sanctuary. Explore the wilds, build landmarks, grow crops, tend to animals, and enjoy everything this slice of paradise has to offer. No class of job restrictions. Adventurers from all inclinations can enjoy island sanctuary life, regardless of crafting or gathering experience. Come as you are. Accumulate island experience by engaging in activities on your island to increase your sanctuary rank. As your sanctuary rank increases, so does the facets of island life available to you. Realize visions of your new newfound sanctuary following a series of simple steps. And life on your island will be nothing short of perfect before you know it. Now listen, Peter. May I call you Peter? Well, I will anyway. Before we get started, I want to make it very clear that while you may be the owner, I command the mammoths, and as such, I demand a considerable sum. I would hate for us to get off on the wrong foot. With that settled, beyond the slope lies the clearing of Mistress Tataru believed would serve well as the base of operations. Let us give it a look, shall we?
Can I just donate crap to you like I did in Doma? Because that was ideal.
I just unload my crap on you. It's a fine place to set up shop, would you not agree? Yes, I think it will do nicely. Now, while there's much potential, this clearing is currently as bare as the white baboon's buttocks. We'll need some form of shelter from the elements if we're truly to make something of this place. Mistress Tataru has told me of your exploits, but I think it's safe to assume chopping down a tree with your bare hands is outside of your repertoire. Not that I'd ask you to, even if you could. We need tools for delicate work of this nature. As such, first order of business will be to craft yourself a hatchet. You'll need 3 palm leaves and 2 stones and branches each. Follow east along the path and you'll make the first foray into the wilderness to procure them. Should you get any funny ideas about exploring the isle and opt to leave me out of here and to waste in the rain, you'll find my twin, the furious furball, waiting out here for you instead. Before you go, I have something for you. It's called the Isle Keeps Index. Help you keep track of your projects here in the island. Can't have you running about watering mammoths instead of plants. It should be all for now. Safe travels. I'll be waiting here should you need me. If I've disappeared, it's because I've been mauled by a wild animal, I assure you. Isle Keeps Index is now available. Access this interface for crucial information regarding the isle. You now collect materials and more with the Gather mode, which may be enabled by selecting the appropriate icon in the mode section of the Isle Keep Index. For additional information regarding gathering in the isle, access the guide index from the Isle Keeps inbox. You may perform the action necessary to develop your island sanctuary by utilizing the modes available now. Finally, make use of the actions, mounts, and modes to become the master of your new domain. Okay. I suspect this is something I'm not going to enjoy. Palm leaf recorded in the Sanctuary Island log. Island palm leaf. Island palm leaf. Oh wait, no, that was the island branch. Island vine. Island sap. More island sap. Island branch. More island vines. More island branches. Vines. More almond vines. More island sap. Island palm leaves. The island stones that I need. Island stone. Island stone. Gather some more crap on the way back. Palm leaves. And more palm leaves. More island sap. Owlwort. More owlwort. And some more owlwort. Another island stone. More island stone. More island vines. Yeah, this appears to be a really fun way to spend the time when you just have no time at all, or like nothing to do. Which I don't have nothing to do, so we will quickly move on from this. Yeah, there's Felicitas Furball. Excellent, you've collected everything. We can move on to crafting your very first tool then, a hatchet. While you're out there gathering, you did a little more than scavenge out branch here and there from trees, yes? Well, that'll all change in just a moment. With a hatchet in hand, you may hack away as many trees as you like to secure raw timber. The brilliance of the hatchet's design, the design of my own making, mind you, is that even a non-mammoth like yourself can craft with your very own two non-mammoth hands. Isn't that wonderful? I've uploaded the blueprints for you to design your index. Go on, make the hatchet. Craft feature is now available. Access the Sanctuary crafting log from the Owl's index to review the materials necessary to craft an item. Stonehenge rich field, the other crafting a tool, either gather logs and cutting them down. Time to make a hatchet. Yes, that is indeed a hatchet. With it you can collect all the logs you could ever want or need. Let's move on to the next phase, shelter. A hatchet of yours should be able to cut through even the thick bark of a palm tree, meaning you can now collect palm logs and vital material that's soon to be built haven. The first building you'll need to make naturally the most important. It'll be the very foundation of our base of operations, and seeing as I have a gift for naming things, I think it's best we leave matters of nomenclature to myself. I hereby dub this essential faculty the Cozy Cabin. All right. Pull back. Goodness, I'm due a healthy amount of grease after that ordeal. Anyway, I prepared the land. You'll need to prepare the rest. Pick the log board beside me to review the materials needed for the cabin. All right. After building a cabin this time and not a tool, the amount of materials required for a magnitude above and beyond what we needed before. Take your time collecting them if you much, but not too much. In the meantime, I'll round up the other mammoths in preparation for constructing the cabin. and begin ordering them around. You know, what I do best. Construction features now available. This is a logboard to review materials, to construction, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a crap? Don't especially want to do this anymore. Alright. I need 5 island sands, 3 island stones, 6 island leaves, and 10 island logs. Can I just leave? I think this island is great the way it is. Excuse me. Alright. Meow was correct. Alright, so zombies are people too. Let's do that one first. Start at Bent Branch Meadows and go from there. Yes, Hendrick. Report back to Hab. Apparently all I needed to do. Now, as soon as I'm done doing this, I need to go to that last area because I keep forgetting to go to that last area. Hey there, Hab. My dear friend Sabatundric just returned. It was you who found him. Why, you must be the kindest adventurer I've ever met. I promise I won't eat your brains. Unless you're the last adventurer in Eorzea. Perhaps you should track down my other Sabatundra friends as well. Sabatundra disappeared while they were on an excursion to the Lasha. Do you think it's my body odor? Alright, before we get this last thing. Let's go to Ultima Thule. Yeah, there you old worm. Ere the mechanical menace descended, the spring before thee was clear as the purest glass. Now behold the vile blight upon it. Should we do nothing, naught will remain save poison and black ash. Alas,
My roar no longer rings loud enough to cleanse these waters, and my kin here fare little better. Yet at times I hearken to a faraway call, strong and resounding, though I know not whence it cometh. Wouldst thou seek its source, that our wellspring might be saved?
Ja, daar komt dus.
Tiny traveler, thou hast traversed the great expanse to stand before me. I ask thee, on thy journey, didst thou find strength?
I thought so.
None here has been spared the torment of loss, yet even tragedy cometh not in equal measure. Nay, of all my kin, the broodsires feel it most deeply. Eggs crushed before their eyes, hatchlings twisted beyond recognition. They cannot be blamed for turning to madness. One I would have you slay, for mine own power sufficeth not to end her suffering. She yet wandereth, restless, near the ash-choked lake, though naught but poison is to be found there now.
Ja, dat is echt tof.
I sense the power of one of my kin upon thee, that of a great worm, long departed from our star, though his gaze falleth not upon thee now.
Oh yeah, he killed himself to defeat Omega.
Midgårdsummer, and that is the name by which thy kind know him. Long ago he left us, fleeing our home with his children. From thy presence I surmise that his decision was the right one. Some yet wish that they had chosen the same path, though such regrets avail them not. Nevertheless, tales of thy star may divert them from their anguish for a time. Seek those who would hear thee in Ria Tara, and unto the vitrified isle, tiny mortal.
Yeah, there she looks.
Traveler, thy coming hath stirred a longing in me. From where I lie, I behold naught but a desolate waste. But perhaps life doth persist beyond my ken. The smallest of creatures, or a single budding blossom. It may remain ever beyond my reach, for these wounds of mine heal not with time. Yet I would know of them. I would know if any cause for hope lingereth still
Northeast, huh? Alright.
Thou hailest from the star to which our brother fled. Tell me then, dost thy home boast resplendent vistas as ours once did?
It has wondrous islands that float amongst the clouds.
Though I shall never again soar through the clouds, perchance I may bask in the splendor of such isles when next I slumber.
I got hope.
Little wanderer, hast thou the courage to ken what awaits beyond this oasis? My kin, twisted body and soul, or turned to ash, all long since rotted underneath. Wilt thou venture amidst these horrors to see if our brother yet stands? Ne'er hath he moved from his place of mourning, ere his consort was thus entombed. Would that I could bring him the solace of a gentle touch, but I dare not seek him now. Wouldst thou wish it, thou shalt know him by the pallor of the forsaken.
The unmourning mother.
Thou canst leave this place. Find my child in my stead, I beg thee. She doubtless wants for her mother's warmth, but my kin permit me not to quit this nest. They feign contrition, but if they truly pitied me, they would allow me to seek my child. Thou must go and assure me of her safety.
Ex-con, huh? Oh, look, it's an ex-con.
The great worm that did take leave of this star. Yes, I remember him well. Are there many such creatures on the star whence he fled?
Many of all shapes and sizes.
Then thy star, too, knoweth war. Differences lead only to conflict. No matter how far thou venturest, thou cannot flee from this truth. No more could I. This fate was inevitable. It must have been.
All right. I hear your mom's in the northeast. We'll get we can taken care of here. Dragonstar Wood Blossoms. Signs of life. Life finds a way. Read that in a book somewhere. Land is barren as far as the eye can see. No life is to be found here. Oh, the deceased dragon. She's seen better days.
Dost thou wonder who layeth beneath this veil of ash?
Yeah.
'Twas with this worm at my side that I looked to the skies and saw thy Midgård summer departing the great expanse. The machines were already upon us. He called to us, those of us who still lived, and begged us to follow him, that we might find another star and start anew. Alas, most branded him a coward who lacked the fire to defend his home. When he left, 'twas with but his own eggs. The mightiest of the machines gave chase as he fled. To many of my kin, jeering approval, the coward had proven useful, they said. However, some few did wish to follow him. Midgård Summer was wiser and more formidable than most. This they believed. They knew he would forge a better fate than awaited us here. Would they not been halted by the ferocity of the machine's onset? In the end, the onslaught. Thou hast my gratitude for coming so far to meet mine old friend. Thy tale means more to us than thou shalt ever know. Return with me now to Ria Tara. Thou art doubtless eager to away from this ill-favored place.
Oh, actually, I got stuff to do here. Not going to be happy till I'm flying here.
Northeast. Okay, so yeah, there's really nothing on these islands.
And there you have it. There you got an Omicron guard. What's up, Omicron guard? This unit has received orders from Stigma 1 to patrol base Omicron. Review of these orders indicate any supersede any other incoming directives. No exit coordination and condition has been specified. However, scan the area surrounding current coordinates shows no enemy factions are present. This unit thus questions the value of endlessly looping its patrol protocol, analyzing potential outcomes of repetitive movement. Cross-reference of Omicron schematics suggests current behavioral pattern has an 86% chance of negatively impacting future mobility. This unit requests suggestions for supplemental motions that do not conflict with current orders. I suppose you could dance. Reviewing motion database. No results found. Initial analysis suggests random movements may facilitate the diagnostic check of this unit's joint modules and posture calibration systems. Attempting. Insufficient reference data. This unit requires a visual of dancing to analyze and stimulate accordingly. Insufficient reference data for dancing. This unit requests that you provide a visual for analysis and simulate accordingly. Alright. Just dance. It'll be okay. Do-do-do. What's that? Movement pattern identified. Review of this unit's memory confirms that no data previously existed for the displayed motions. Simulation difficulty undetermined. However, analysis suggests the proposed movements serve no practical purpose and do not conflict with current orders. Proposal meets the parameters of initial request. Preparing to gyrate the joint modules. Prior to execution, this unit requests confirmation that gyration can be activated alongside other units. Oh yeah. Processing response. Tentative approval detected. Issuing rendezvous order to subordinate Omicron guards near current coordinates. This unit requests you stand by outside the base. Sure. Northeast, it's right there. And down I go. Alright, so instead of just going straight to my death, let's fight the creatures before we head over there. That should cause us to be more likely to survive.
That wasn't bad. And next is too far away. All right, Omicron Guard, what do you got for me? Transmission of visual data is complete, though potential to accurately reconstruct the proposed motions may be limited by range of movement. This unit requests that you observe and evaluate replication of motion data.
Sure.
That is silly as crap. Reviewing performance. Analysis suggests that difficulty of dancing greatly exceeded expected values. A further analysis indicates potential application of set motions as combat maneuvers. That's silly, all right. Quite silly. Well, that's silly, all right. All right. No exit condition has been specified. This unit requests orders to free itself from gyration loop. Well, whenever you feel like it. Termination order confirmed. This unit thanks you for your swift action and further requests performance appraisal.
It looked like a lot of fun.
Recording feedback. Reconfiguring emotional symbol to grateful. This unit appreciates your invaluable input and will incorporate received feedback into future programs, returning to base Omicron. Very silly. Accuracy of simulation estimated at 42.3%. Further review of motion data required. Diagnostics check of joint modules and posture calibration systems indicates favorable outcomes. This unit detects value in augmenting current orders with new challengers. Future protocols will incorporate gyration loops with appropriate exit conditions. Reinitializing the gratitude protocol. This unit thanks you for providing useful data. You are requested to observe the Omicron's improved dancing at an unspecified future time. Awaiting further instructions. That's quite silly. Something that's scary. Should be visible. Right there. Tuned to this aether current. Yalms for the west. I have to use another restroom break. Oh man, I've got an hour left. All right, be right back. Let's continue hunting for our various aether currents. Hello, Babu.
Oh, hello. Forgive me, I am distracted. One would think we would have evolved beyond fear, knowing what we do. But I must confess that I am rather frightened at the prospect of losing who I am. Not in a physical sense, of course, as we have transcended our corporeal forms. We do, however, feel the gradual corrosion of our mind, our memories. That's what makes us, so to speak. There are ways, however, to slow this inevitable process. One such method is to come into contact with another and confirm with each other our defining qualities. Therein lies my dilemma, for you see, a friend most dear to me is missing, and I fear their absence will only quicken their own passing into nothingness. It would mean much to me if you could help me find them, should they be so far gone as to meet you with hostility. Simply subdue them and return them to me. Here, you can use this to bind their essence to a retrievable form.
All right, thanks.
There may yet be hope. They enjoyed taking contemplative strolls at a once scenic spot on the opposite edge of this landmass. Even if their memories fade, it is likely they might drift off in that direction.
Okay, Keith.
Words cannot express my gratitude to you, traveler, as it is thanks to you that I now remember the wonderfully unpleasant pangs of hunger. 'Tis truly a blessing. And since you are here, allow me to ask you a question. Have you perhaps come across an ear at the very edge of the land, gazing vacantly into the great beyond? I would like them to join me for dinner, if I may trouble you to ask.
You're anxious, yeah? Maximum number of quests. I've done it. I have finally achieved a maximum number of quests. I just need to get 4 of these, and I can grab the rest. Like a suppressive rope? Let's do Ria Tara and then do the other one. And that'll be 3, and we just need to get one more after that. Yeah, there's Halos.
Dost thou return with glad tidings?
The dragons from Pale Blossom and Rogue Blossom.
Flowers, a joyous sight. Are there more whence these came? Didst thou find thriving forest or a resplendent field?
Well, these are sort of it.
'Tis as I feared. To see it now, canst thou even imagine how our star once teemed with life, how it flourished beneath golden sun and a trio of moons, stars shining like gemstones in the night? My brethren and I love not more than to soar midst the clouds of green, teaching our eager hatchlings the delight of the hunt. These flowers once grew upon the mountain tops there, high amongst the clouds. So small did they seem to us, their fruit better suited to feeding our star's tiniest creatures. We rarely paid a single blossom any mind, yet together, vibrant with the turn of the seasons, they were as breathtaking. Would that I could return to appreciate the sight as we should have then. I had nearly forgotten what this world once was, though it may never be so again. Thou hast my gratitude for returning to me these precious memories.
Oh, I'm glad I could help. Yes, I touch.
Thou hast returned solace unto us when we had naught but sorrow. I thank thee, Pieter Krolis.
I'm glad I could help. Okay, northeast, huh? So we'll get these two nearby each other. Hey there, empty-eyed dragon. What's up? dragonling stares unblinking across the desolate landscape, eyes glassy enough that you cannot be certain she even remains amongst the living. Clearly, all is not well with this dragon. Her mother would surely wish to know. There, Pale Dragon. The dragon, like so many others, is mired in its own grief. You may draw its attention if you pet them gently, as Koaf suggested. There.
Thy gentle caress, like unto the warmth of more joyous times. Thou art not of my kind. Why hast thou come?
Would help make you feel better?
So, he has not forgotten me. I pity him. At times I wonder if my love doth pity me in turn. All of us unchanging, unable to be reborn. Yet if naught else remains of us, we have memory. Thus do I remain beside my beloved through a thousand quiet moments forever.
There's a better way to honor your love. You could weave a song. A lament and remembrance.
Thou believest I need not languish in silence? Perhaps thou art correct. My beloved was generous, noble, and took much joy in our skies. None is more deserving of a proud memory. I have not the strength to weave it in this moment, but perhaps in time. I thank thee for guiding me aright. How fairest my kin?
Stop trying to weaving a song.
I see. Thou art wiser than thou knowest. For our brother was once renowned for his verse. It would be an honor and a joy to hear his voice raised in song again. Perhaps when next you return, thou shalt hear it as well.
I can only hope.
This cannot be. Thou must have given her a dreadful fright for her to freeze so, though she hath never been fond of strangers. 'Tis clearer than ever that I must see her myself. If only I could be freed from the watchful eyes of my consort. Not moments ago did I feel his gaze upon me, once so loving, yet now so bitterly cold. How he doth patronize me. Thine eyes bespeak curiosity. My consort was much the same in times past, ever desiring to know more. Pity he is changed so. Nevertheless, he would surely divulge much if thou were to speak with him. Thou needest only seek the least pleasant countenance here.
Find the ugliest dragon. You got it. Fruit salad.
Verily was my beloved consort, but she is lost to me now. Thou sought her progeny, didst thou not? Then thou knowest as well as I that dragondom was stripped of all she was by the machines. I recall the battle, the burst of heat and light, her smoldering form. I know not what occurred then, but when I returned to myself, she was there, neither dead nor truly alive, as if imprisoned in her final moments by some cruel deity. And so she hath remained ever since. When she found us, my consort broke somewhere deep within. She seeth not beyond her child, though I do not imagine she seeth her true. And now she hath gone. Thou knowest whence. 'Twas inevitable.
Hey there, bloodthirsty dragon. What's up?
I would not fain waste mine energies on thy cause, morsel. Begone with thee, ere thou findest thyself betwixt my teeth.
Apologies. I was unaware I was addressing a dragon.
Dost thou wish to be devoured? With my peerless roar shall I demonstrate the futility of thy pursuit, and then savor despair upon thy countenance when thou art forced to admit defeat. Get thee astride my back. I cannot abide watching thy stunted limbs struggle.
on the spring. Let's have to figure out what this wanted me to do. Water ripples slightly. You're unable to detect any significant changes.
Now dost thou ken my wisdom? You may attempt another angle, should thou thirst for greater despair.
Spring appears slightly clearer for a moment, but you're unable to detect any significant changes.
Admit thy defeat. This spring shall never regain its lost splendor. Though, if thy tale be true, thou art not the only fool in need of this lesson. Let us speak with that old worm. Mayhap 'twas too much to ask that these waters would run clear once more. Thou shouldst know that such dreams are folly. To live is one matter, but to hope, it is not so futile as thou wouldst believe. Hearken closely. I drank of this spring not moments ago.
Oh?
Though the difference be slight, it tasteth less bracketh than before. Thine actions were not wasted.
Thou sought to restore it to this crystalline state. Thy aspirations have failed, in sooth. However, I suppose 'tis proof enough that my roar still possesseth great power, despite the darkness that consumeth thee. In thy sense, perhaps thou art correct, that some good resulted from mine efforts. And thine, morsel. Good work was done. Barely, but some. Alright, my phone's going off. What's going on? Alright.
For any change, no matter how small, I am grateful. To recall the taste of pure water once more, and to know that we yet have the power to fight our decline.
That's good. You're not completely powerless.
Others shall doubtless be hardened. Keep thine ears open, for one day thou might hearken to a chorus of dragon wars.
Maybe. We can hope, right? Hope springs eternal, as they say. Hey, it's Argos. What's up, boy? Argos is a good boy. A champion doggo if ever there was one. So yeah, I believe that was the first time I ever actually maxed out the number of missions I could take. I've been told it was possible, but I've never actually pulled it off. Yes, of course. Oh, jeez. My dear, I shall love unto the end time. The dragonling speaks no more. Her mother's consort should be informed of what has happened here. Mourning mother has died, possibly at the hands of her child. Ah! Three more. Three more aether currents, and then we've got it. Hey there, Stoic Consort. How you doing? So yeah, that's what I had to say. 'Tis strange. They're no stranger than the rest, perhaps. Thou couldst not change their fates. Yet in learning our tale, thou hast come to share my burden, and theirs as well. I thank thee. This guy is so pretty. All right. Three more aether curds to go. caught a breeze. Okay, 162 to the northeast. And there it is. There should be 2 left. And 14 to the southeast, huh? Head up here. Gonna be at the top of this, right? Yep, there it is. Okay. And 360 to the northwest. So we're pretty much there. We're on the wellspring of regret. There it is. Freebird, Ultima Thule. Frequent flyer.
Still no response. I wonder if they have already scattered to the wind. That would be ever so unfortunate, you see. Oh my, what a large cranial dome you have here, and impeccable timing. My esteemed colleague often holds council at their home here, but they have not emerged in quite some time. Perhaps you could pay a visit and see what the trouble may be.
What is it, the dwelling?
Leave me. There's nothing left. Anguished groans of the EA are resonating in your head. How the anxious EA, you're unable to find remnants of your friend's thoughts.
Yeah, there really is nothing there.
I see. If they mean to melodramatically evanesce into the abyss in the comfort of their own home, then I ought to respect their wishes. And yet, I feel the need to be selfish and keep them here to confabulate further on such views. Yes, I shall have to talk them out of it. For that, I shall need your help once more, large-headed but wholly capable stranger. Could you fetch me a neurological signal from the other one? You should find them wandering about the wellspring of regret.
I'll deal with the other one here soon. I want to get the rest of these little missions taken care of. Hey, Javid.
Fleshy one, come hither. I have a task of some import I would entrust to you. Worry not, it should be well within your capacities. You see, I wish to summon back one of my fellow Ea who lingers in the gate to the beyond. To what end they wait there, I do not know. What I do know is that if they do not return to us, their spirit will eventually unravel, leaving them nothing but a wandering entity like those on the outside. And so I would ask you to summon them back to our abode before they are consigned to such a fate. Can you do this for me?
I'll leave it to me.
I am much obliged. Simply make for the gate and call out to my friend. Might I suggest a variant of the traditional EA beckoning? Allow me to demonstrate. And cool.
Yeah, that's not disturbing in any way. Hey there, NVSEA, what's up?
Ah, look at those rosy cheeks and that sharp silhouette. While our decision to discard our corporeal forms was, of course, an enlightened one at the time. I must confess, there are some times that I fondly think back on the days when I, too, was a tangible being. Oh, what I would not give to don proper fleshly raiments once more before I pass on to the void. To that end, I've been exploring the possibility of inhabiting another physical form. Oh, but I fear there is a rub, for you see, I cannot for the life of me recall what my true form once was. I blame it on the execrable and excruciating flow of time. Alas, I doubt I could ever manipulate a body now, even if I wanted. Perhaps you could indulge me with a serviceable demonstration. Your elongated appendages greatly contrast with our current gaseous composition, but I wonder if your general sense of mobility was similar to that of our original appearance, physical presences. So let us see it then, humanly, with a display of sheer joy.
Sure. Huzzah.
Intriguing. You discharge a great sound from your phonatory appendage and make these rather suggestive gestures, quite different from how we express delight with subtle telepathy. Now, I would like to replicate the movement in preparation for the next time I meet an innocent and amicable traveler like yourself. Allow me to try. In the process, I may gain some insight as to whether our erstwhile bodies once moved in a similar manner. It seems I cannot fully mimic the vocalizations you produce, nor can I garner enough momentum against the air to move my body as quickly. Let me try a different approach. I feel as though I had a capable frame, especially those tentacle-esque appendages dangling from your sides. Oh, what do you call them again? Hands, was it? Anyhow, I am curious as to the degree of velocity you can generate with said appendages. Should you be agreeable, I would like you to swing those hands with great speed and strike me with as much force as you can muster.
All right, you asked for it. There you go.
My word, the impact of that strike was so considerable that I felt it to the very depths of my soul. I can only hope that there were no feelings of genuine hatred or indignation behind it. But alas, it is no use. Even your most energetic motions seem insufficient to jog my memory. Perhaps our physical frames are not so analogous after all. If that is the case, I would make one more request of you. You have ventured to many places and met many different life forms, have you not? Amongst the many creatures that you have met, is there not one that possessed a similar form to which you might surmise we once did?
There's the tribe of beasts that were viscous to the touch and squeak when they move.
Fascinating, if a bit difficult to picture. Mayhap you could hold an image of them in your mind's eye for me. I shall read it and attempt a metamorphosis.
All right, I'm imagining the squeaky creature.
Well,
Well, they're somewhat well done. With ocular faculties of a comparable size, allow me to perform a locomotive experiment with his body shape. Very well, then. First, a gesture of joy, then a vivacious slap in the face. Oh dear. I see the clammy appendages beside the creature's phonology apparatus are distinct from the hands you possess, and somehow I feel the urge to utilize them despite their absence.
Yep, you look very Namazu. Very amusing. It's definitely what you used to be, for sure.
given that my immediate synaptic responses were misaligned, it would seem that the erstwhile forms of we, EA, are unfortunately rather dissimilar from your pissing friends. I apologize for the needless detour.
No, it was very amusing.
How bothersome it is to be unable to assimilate with the frame of another creature for lack of memory. It would seem that regaining our physical forms would be even more challenging a task than we originally suspected. While today's experiment has ended in failure, I appreciate the stimulation you've provided me. Take this as compensation for your efforts. Yes, the mind is a fickle thing. I only hope I will recall what I once looked like while I still possess my mental facilities.
You mean faculties?
I know what I said.
All right. Alright, you're on my last mission I gotta accept, and then I just need to clear this out and go start looking for problems.
Greetings, unfamiliar life form. Being that you bear a corporeal form as surely as I, as you can see, do not, perhaps you might offer me a way out of my predicament. You see, I have been attempting to fashion a vessel that may house our weary souls. Sadly, with no model to work from, I am ashamed to admit my experiments have failed, and rather spectacularly at that. You may have noticed the byproducts of my failed labors, as they now wander aimlessly and pathetically about these environs. I had intended to clean up this mess myself, but the task might prove difficult for a formless being such as myself. Might you put the pitiful creatures out of their misery in my stead?
Oh, sure, I can try to do that.
I thank you, curious one. If you might also retrieve for me their internal cores in the process, I dare say it would be of great benefit to me in future experiments. In any case, I eagerly await word of your inevitable success.
All right, we're going to try to grab these two. That's one. Take care of this other one over here while we're out here. In fact, for luck, we can get both of these. Hey, yo. Cool.
With that a beckoning I hear, the timbre of your cooing sounded rather dull. Anyhow, if it is I you seek, you'll find me to the north of where you stand. Are you the one who summoned me? No wonder your voice sounded so strange. With that fleshy body of yours, I have not seen your kind before. Might you come here from afar?
Oh yeah, another planet.
I see. Then you must feel very privileged to have stumbled upon us. This gate here serves as the ingress to our bastion of enlightenment. All who come from afar to seek such knowledge must pass through. I had stood here for so long, expecting a visitor. Perhaps it is you for whom I have waited. I could see myself ready to greet someone from another world. But why do you come to us now, in this moment? And why from the village, and not toward?
I was looking for you because a friend needed you.
Oh. Or did they now? That is an unexpected development. In any event, I was waiting for someone, and that someone has come. There's no need to wait further. Let Jajak be assured that I shall return anon.
Aw, Faith failed. We didn't even try. Hey there, Weary. What's up?
Yes? What did you want of me, stranger?
Oh, I supposed to go find you?
Food. What is this food you speak of? Oh, yes. I do believe I'm beginning to remember. Victuals, sustenance. Oh, that said, your unusual appearance suggests to me that our concepts of what constitute a meal differ greatly. Pray tell, do you enjoy the act of eating?
If it tastes good, of course.
Intriguing. What precisely constitutes something tasting good? I surmise this means that it evokes feelings of pleasure within you.
Oh, yeah, kinda. You eat something and it tastes good, and so you like it.
I too wish I could experience this concept of taste for myself. Sadly, in my current state, such things are not possible. But perhaps you might briefly lend me your corporeal form for the experience. I promise that I will give it back once my curiosity is sated.
I'd really rather not.
Well, you cannot blame me for asking, but it is no matter. I shall take it by force.
You're all messed up now. Oh, Fluxia is gone. Good riddance. Well, hurry back and turn all these in, and yeah. That should be it. Oh yeah, we got the other one to beat.
You have returned, and yet you wear a troubled expression. Did something amiss happen out there on your travels?
Your friend attacked me and tried to take over my body.
Oh dear, to think their mind had already deteriorated to such an extent. I knew their mental decline had progressed. I had worried they would eventually go mad and drift away. I had hoped the memories of a good meal would bring them back to us. But to attempt to rob someone of their physical form like that, it would seem they were already well beyond my reach. I am quite sorry for having forced you into such an uncomfortable position, as well as the unceremonious way in which you were treated by one of our own. Here, pray accept this as a token of our most sincere apologies.
Yeah, but you got it.
I am pleased to inform you that our friend has returned, and our debates are more amusing for it. It seemed I was wise to enlist the help of an outsider. As you may well be aware, this settlement was originally conceived as a place where we might explore and one day solve the mysteries of our universe. Many EA made the pilgrimage here to contribute to this great cause. Oh, how little we knew. As such, it is not uncommon for someone to wait at the gates for a guest. Tradition, really. However, my friend, for whatever their reasons, waited overly long. So long that their spirit remembers the act itself, but they have no memory of who they wish to meet there. Now that you have come for them, they feel that they have fulfilled what they set out to do.
They have been set free from the lingering thoughts that bound them. Hi, kitty. At any rate, I am grateful to you for returning my friend to our ranks. Here, I would offer this as a token of thanks. Furthermore, maybe that you were able to make the beckoning call in the right tone. If you had cued instead of cooed, it would have been equivalent to telling them that their mind was as empty as a hollow crater, and I doubt that they would have been amused. Yeah, Babook. I have searched throughout the abode, but my companion is nowhere to be found. I wonder if it is too late. Here's your Lustia. The poor thing, to think they were so far gone. Still, I am glad you were able to find them. This will now allow me to absorb what remains of their mind into my own. Okay. There's no cause for alarm. The procedure should have negligible effect on my faculties. If my friend can no longer recognize me, I have no choice but to become hosts for the memories they themselves can no longer recall. So you ate your friend. Well then. I suppose it's better than it being rare. These visions, yes, these are my friend's memories. They've grown faint with the loss of their owner's identity, but they have not yet dissipated completely. Then what is this? Yes, they still have memories of me. Dim as they are, they now serve to remind me of who I myself once was. Bloop. And yet, as the memories come together, the identity that is Babook begins to flicker and waver. Yes, I must speak the final words that will become my epitaph while I am able. Fortunately, there is someone here who will remember them for me. All right, go ahead. You're talking about me. Well, I'm willing to listen. In my final moments, I must define myself. I would call myself a realist. Others would call me a coward. Which am I to believe as I become one with the void? And in the end, does it matter? Yes, that should do. That said, I feel most peculiar. I am not of one mind now, but two. In truth, I'm not even sure whose words I recited. Were they my own? All I know is these words reflect the me that exists now, for I, standing before you, should recite them. And even if one day my identity should dissipate, these words will remain with you as a vestige of what I once was. That is of some comfort to me, for no one should be forgotten, even if they forget themselves. I hope your own memories will live on long within you, and within those who have shared this experience with you. All right. Well, nice knowing you, creepy ghost guy. And your head's off again. It's weird, man. Alright, well, let's get these last two thingies finished. And that'll be it until Friday. Now, Friday morning, I have a dentist appointment, so I will not get to stream until later that day. I may stream a little in the morning before the appointment. Assuming, of course, everything is up and running by then. Well, do the unwitting products of my labor suffer no more? And have you brought back their cores to me? If so, do return them to me.
They're the Laminian cores you ordered.
Yes, these are without a doubt the cores that form the doleful hearts of my kind. While I am disheartened to see my efforts end this way, I can only learn from what I can from my failures, that my future experimentations might give rise to a satisfactory vessel. In any event, it has been quite some time since I have encountered any entities with even a modicum of intelligence, as you seem to possess. I dare say our conversations have provided us with a sliver of stimulation that has eluded us for ages. I am grateful for your assistance in more ways than one. I do hope the day will come when we can one day meet one another. Ah, how might you say it? In the flesh.
Sure.
All right. Yep, there's the other one. And down he goes. Got a Sinu, return back here, and then we're done. And we'll pick this up Friday, probably Friday morning. We'll stream a little bit before my dentist appointment. That's Final Fantasy XIV. Of course, we will tomorrow be streaming Spider-Man 2. Ah, it is no use. The walls of their humble abode are far too thick for my telepathy to penetrate. Did you bring me the Sinu?
There's an earth tissue you ordered.
Perfect. This zigzagging, fibrous cord is exactly what I need to amplify my empathy. These do extinguish quickly, but it should be enough for me to rile my friend from there with some provocative persiflage. A moment, please.
I'm glad that worked for you. Detachable heads.
My mind still smarts. Your worn-out jape was bad enough, but did you have to shock me as well?
With the eyeball?
I had entirely forgotten that despite coming from a dumb beast, the neurological sinew from the other one would still transmit its last jolting thought. The killing blow you dealt it. Yes, well, it was enough to traumatize me back to this plane. That much is certain. I think I shall take a stroll around the plaza to rid myself of that unpleasant sensation. Good day.
Until then. My friend has always been a bit melodramatic in their conduct, but I do believe I will have to keep a closer eye on them from now on. Forgive the pun. Aside from their close call with dispersion, they're showing other signs that they're losing their faculties. We have a friendship that spans millennia. They can stand to wait a bit longer until the void takes us all. It would be dreadfully boring without their curt, fatalistic commentary. That being said, I shall make for the plaza as well. If they somehow manage to careen toward the Lucretian tank, I shall be very irritated. Oh, and I do very much appreciate your assistance. I did not have much to offer, but I hope this shall suffice. Thank you for saving my friend's life.
Sure. Woohoo, Snow White Day. Perfect.
And off I go.
Okay. Lots of stuff at level 80. I'm going to do this last mission here, since it's just right here. Let's fast travel with this, so not quite so long, because I'm almost done. I'm going to get this last thing done. Thing is, I don't want to stop. But I do need to stop. I do need to get my stuff done. My side stuff done off stream before I, like my dailies. We get those done before we lose a couple days. About the murder of my children. Better taste food, mother.
Look, I didn't mean to, okay? I mean, I kind of did, but I didn't mean to cause any offense.
Here come Thy countenance speaketh volumes. I thank thee. The metal demons struck without warning, beautiful and pitiless as falling stars. We fought, yes,
Yet for all our savagery, we failed to protect the young. What few survived emerged from their eggs, disfigured and screaming. Would that fate had taken a different course. We might have welcomed them to this world together and guided them unto a brilliant future.
Well, maybe that's how most children live on.
So the young have found their place elsewhere. Our kind shall live on. I am gladdened to hear that not all was in vain. May thy path lead thee true, traveler.
All right. That's all we got for today. So thank you so much for watching. Again, we'll definitely stream Spider-Man 2 tomorrow, and we'll probably stream some more Final Fantasy 14 a little bit on Friday morning. So thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful day.